Hey, it's Mark here. How you doing? It's good to see you. Okay, I want to dive straight into the content of this video, and the question in the title is, if should you quit your job? Well, depends. But my immediate answer to it, before I set the context, let me start with my immediate answer and gut feeling to this, based on experience, by the way. The answer is no. I don't think you should quit your job, even if you hate it. Let me set the context now. I believe that the only time that you should jump ship and quit your job, especially if it's to start something on your own as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, is to at least have an idea, as clear and concise an idea is most preferable, of what it is that you're going to do. I definitely wouldn't just jump ship on a whim or jump ship on a knee jerk reaction and then figure things out. That's not very advisable. I certainly believe that if you did something like that, it would probably cause more stress for you in the short term and definitely in the long run. So I would say that in a job that you're in right now, if you're not really happy with the situation, or you feel like you could be doing more, or you want to maybe strike out and do your own thing, is to use the security of your current job situation in order to, well, pretty much fund the progress that you're making in another direction eventually when you're ready to jump ship, right? Now, just give you a quick example from my own history. I was in a publishing company, which I won't name, a few years ago. It was a very well paid job. It was a job that I enjoyed. Unfortunately, over time, there were some changes with management, and the guy who I was reporting to eventually and I did not get along, and it became more and more toxic as time went on. It got so unbearable to the point that I was actually stressed about it over the weekends, and I was actually smoking and drinking maybe a little bit too much to try to cope with the stress at work. That's how bad it was. But I realized that I didn't have a clue what I was going to do after if I did jump ship, and I really didn't relish the idea of going into another job in another company where it could be another asshole of a boss, to be honest, you know. So I didn't really want to have part two of that somewhere else. So I wanted to do something on my own. I knew it was something that would give me flexibility as a freelancer, but I just didn't exactly know what it was. So fast forward, what happened is I did a little bit of research, I did a little bit of soul searching, and the direction that I decided I was going to look into was to provide online marketing and SEO, that's search engine optimization, in case you're not aware, for small to medium sized business owners. Because I'd read somewhere that there's a lot of SMEs that are looking for ways to get more customers to their website. So I thought, well, that's going to be interesting. Also, because it's probably going to be not as competitive as going into business and trying to get big clients, like big blue chip clients, because the people supplying those kinds of companies are probably very well established. So I thought, yeah, this is going to be a good way forward. So what I did while I was still employed with my publishing job that I was very unhappy with, was I invested in myself. I invested in education. So I invested in a course that would teach me how to do online marketing and how to do SEO for small to medium sized businesses. I specifically chose to educate myself. And fast forward again, what happened is that you couldn't make this up if you tried, right? At the point that I finished the course, my boss and I were just so much at loggerheads that he constructively dismissed me, I think is the legal term. Basically means he fired me. Or he tried to fire me. He raised my target so high that we both knew, yeah, you're trying to muscle me out, because you know I'm never going to do that in summer when, you know, all my clients were away. We both knew that he was trying to get rid of me. So I resigned at that point, but thankfully I resigned at the point that I knew what it was I was going to, the direction I was going to go, the market I was going to service, and most importantly, I had learned through many months of self-study the skills that would allow me to provide service and to be of value to that audience or that community or that client base that I was looking to go after. All right. So I'm going to probably do a succession of videos, maybe part 2 or 3, where I'm going to take you through my journey of how I did this. And it was actually a very lucrative time for me. At one point, farther down the top of my story, I doubled my income from the time when I was in the publishing job that I hated. And I'm going to let you know how that happened. But my key takeaway for you in this video is, if you're in a situation which is untenable, soldier on for as long as you can, and use the existing employment that you have to help you to invest in yourself. Education, something nobody can take away from you. And that education will pay dividends because you'll be able to focus that in the direction that you want to go to, whether it's to increase your value for another employer, or whether it's to use that skill set that you've just learned in the direction of setting up a business of your own, so that you have the freedom to call the shots as your own boss. Okay? Hope this helped. Watch out for the next few videos, and I'll drop a few more, hopefully valuable tips that will help you out. Speak to you soon.